called Aina. So I am the trainer for data stage. And first of all, myself,
Mhm.
I have the 13 years of IT experience, and I have the 10 years of training experience, like online trainings and corporate trainings. So within my 10 years of training experience, I handled more than 15,000 of the people still. This is my career level. Can you please briefly yourself, please, Damoda?
I'm in. I'm working as a ETL tester right now. I'm in Canada. I've been working like the last 5 years on ETL testing. I wanted to go to like data stage or Cognos, but I decided to go to data stage.
So Cognos is like a reporting tool. Data stage is the ETL tool, right?
Yes.
That's the
Yeah.
okay, that's right.
Yeah.
So uh, maybe you know, right? You can ETL means you can extract that data from the sources. You can use the business logic loading into the target level like a data warehousing.
Yes.
This is
Yeah.
the role is happen that once this role is done, it the Cognos will go into part of that. From the data warehousing, they can take the data, then you can use the report generation.
Yes, I
That
know
is
all these tools. Yeah. Even I created some of the reports using Cognos,
yes.
but data stage also I know.
Okay, okay. Actually, this is the environment they can work on that, right? So now come to the data stage. So you are already working something, right? Data stage, I am going to development environment here, right? So you did
Yeah.
testing environment is different and the development environment is different. Maybe you can see that here. So basically, ETL means this is the extract the data from the different source systems. So different source systems means they have the relation databases, Oracle, server
Yeah.
data. You can use the Teradata. These are the relation databases, or you can use the flat files. So this is the
I,
different source system you can using like a sources. Once you get the source systems, you can use the business logic, right? So business logic means within the data store we have the 20 to 25 business logics are there. I can explain all the business logics, the practical by hand-on things like a join transformation, like a copy stage, lookup, right? Download, etc.
yeah.
Right? So
Yeah.
these are all the things I can explain that. Then final loading into the data warehousing, or you can say databases also you can loading into the target level. This is the thing which happen within the data structure. But
Yeah.
before that, here three applications are there, right? You can see my desktop, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Designer, director, administrator. So within my training, I can cover that the basic administrators also, that the administrator level. Come to the pure development environment level, you can use the designer and director. So designer means you can use the, you can create the ETL jobs. That is the
Okay.
designer. You can execute the jobs. That is the design part is happen that. Once your job is executed, what have to, you can see the job status, right? So that is
Yes.
the
Yeah.
director. So this is the environment, you can see that. First of all, I can show that here. Uh, what is the ETL means? That the first point of here, you can design the jobs for extraction, transformation, loading. This is the ETL part of that. But I will show that here again here, a designer. So within the designer, what is the environment, you can see that. All right. I can make it the password, credentials, then log into the designer. Under the designer, you have the different types of jobs are there. Maybe server jobs, parallel jobs, sequence jobs, mainframe jobs. So like this, you have the different types of jobs are there. But now you are going to use the parallel jobs. So within our training, I can explain that what is the differentiation between server jobs and parallel jobs. A simple thing. And one more thing I can explain is sequence jobs also. On mainframe jobs, you are not using the who have the mainframe people, they can use the mainframe jobs, right? Some of them.
Yes.
So
Yes.
most of the
Exactly.
all the clients, 99% you are going to use the parallel jobs. Okay, right. This is the thing I can select the parallel jobs. Within the paragraph, this is the environment. Maybe you are already seen, right? This is the environment.
Yes, yeah.
So basically here databases are there, development, debugging is there, file processing. So mostly they are going to use that actually. But what I'm trying to explain that here, I can explain a simple scenario. Okay. So for example, here I am going to use my source like a Scott Tiger. This is my database. So under the database, I have the very simple scenario. I can explain that here. How to build a job also, I can explain that. So from the environment like here. So this is my table. Okay, Damodar. Maybe you know, right? SQL. I think so.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So all right. So here I have the EMP table there. One of the EMP table, I have the 8 columns are there. One of the column like a DE number.
Yep.
So within the DE number, your data is like a, how it look like here, ascending order or descending order. Basically, this is the by default. This is the unsorted data. This unsorted data, I want sorted data, like a ascending order or like a descending order. So this is my simple scenario, right? Double. You understood, right? So how you can build the jobs within the data stage perspective? This is the text. Very simple scenario. For example, here my source like a Oracle, right? This is the my database. Then I want to build the sorting the data. This is the business logic.
No.
You can see here multiple things are there, right? Aggregator transformations, filter, funnel, right? These are copy stage. So these things, change capture, change apply. So these are all the stages you are going to execute that. Modify is very important. Remove duplicate stage, slowly change your dimensions, like a change capture, change apply, and sort or surrogate key generator, switch to transformation. So these are all the stages like a business logics. You can go and explain that by practical level. So here one is the simple scenario like a sorting the data. This is the sort stage. Without sort stage also you can use the sorting. But first you can see the sort stage, then go for without sort stage also. Then loading into the target level. Okay, right. So once you build the jobs, what have to you can do the credential, right? This is the Oracle database credential, that is the connectivity. Then start, then credential like a password, and then here table name like a EMP, which table you want the sorting, EMP. Once you mention that, you need to load the metadata like a table definitions, you can say. Here already I imported some of the table definition. How to import that I can explain that later on here. How to import the table definition, maybe the database or maybe the flat file like a sequence. So I can expect these all the things. But here already is available. So I can load it, already exists in the metadata. So my source is ready now. Then what you have to, you can use your logic level, right? So based on the which key column you are going to sort it. So you need to select it. There is no coding here. Just you need to select the what is the column you want sorted data. Then what type of ordering, ascending order or either descending order. Then here some of the properties are there here. Allow duplicates, true or false, something there, right? So these are all the things I can explain later on here. Output statistics, state utility, why you can stably sort, true. So these things I can explain that in the in-depth sessions will come that in the running sessions. But now my scenario like a based on this key column, I want sorting the data. That is our scenario. Then loading into the output. So maybe you know, right, how to drag and drop that here, the columns. Because here into the target level. Within the target also should we have the columns. Without columns, your data is not loaded. That's the reason you should be have the mapping. I mean, mapping means you should be have some relationship between your business logic to your target level. So that's the reason you can make it the here output mappings. Click on OK. Now your business logic also is completed. Then what have to here? You can make the file name. File means the target path, right? So within my own system, with your real-time scenario level, your project level, you can make it your server name. Your client will mention that which is your server path. But here, this is my own system. I can mention that a.ds like this. Why you can mention that here ds? A.ds means that is the data set of the extension file. This is one of the performance tool. If you have the flat file, you can mention the .txt. So this is the extension file. You can mention that. Right. So my source is ready. My business logic is ready. My target path is ready. So once run the job here, I saved into the some path level sort underscore s. I want to create the make folder already there. One more batch is going on. May batch. Click on save it. So the job is going to save it into the may batch folder. My job name like a sort underscore s. So compilation is done. Now go to the run. Actually, your job execution process like a compile, save, like a validate, and then run. This is the execution process. But here I have did directly run it. Right. So here, what is your source data? Unsorted 14 records is loading into the sort stage. Under the sort stage, your data is going to sorted. Finally, the sorted data is loading into the target. Now you can see the target. So this is like a simple scenario. I can explain all the business logic, what are the available here. Most of the 20 to 25 business logics I can explain like like this. So one by one business logics here by property 7, right? So as for your scenario, you can hear your data is the sorted. You can go to the one key column only sorting or multiple key column. So based on your requirement, you can use the multiple key columns also, right? See that. I want to go to the one more key column here. Go to the character. Before the DEP number is number, right? Here I will take the job column like a character. So here job column is character, right? Clerk to manager like this. So this is also I want sort data. How? Just I will take that here. Ascending order or descending order. Maybe your requirement here. Descending order. This should be ascending order. But which key column, first column here? DEP number. That is the remember that here. Click on OK. Run the job. Now job column is the DEP. Job column is the descending order. DEP number is the ascending order. So how will you do sorting? You can see that. So what I'm trying to explain that you can make the multiple key column go to the sorting as per your requirement levels. Right. So this is the first key column, right? This is the sorting. But one more key column like a job level. So job level, your data is sorting or not. This is the descending order, right? Yes or no? Descending order. It did right? How?
No,
Right. See
still
that.
there are some of.
Yeah. First key column, 10th department. Just look at the first three values. P, M, C. This is the descending order. Is it right?
Yes, yeah.
Based on the first column. Then come to the 20 department. M, C, C, A, A. These are the five values, right? 20 department. This is the descending order. So what I explain that based on the first key column is going to group by values level. That is the grouping level, right? Group by level. Your data is going to sort it. So same like here, you can use the multiple things. Without sort stage also you can sort it. How? That is also different scenario there. I can explain that. One more. I want to remove the duplicate records with sort stage or without sort stage also you can remove the duplicate records. How? So like the scenarios I can explain these all the things. So here multiple jobs are there, right? So I am going to explain within my system and then you can use the on your missions. I mean your missions means as a trainer I can do the software. I can provide the software also on your machine. You are going to install the software on your machines. So you can practice as per your requirement times. You can anytime. And also here, as a trainer, I can provide all the materials like here multiple materials are there, right? Some of them. So
Yeah.
here multiple materials I can provide that, and also this is very very important documentation here. So this is the documentation that consists of 145 pages are there. So this document also I will share with you each and every step by step. I can explain that here. This is my class notes.
Yeah.
This is the running notes. No need to write the any running notes yourself, but I can provide that each and every documentation. Okay, all right. One more thing here. Now my training duration is a 25 days to 30 days of the duration is going on, and here daily 1 hour Monday to Friday on your EST or PST or CST. This is the
Yeah.
timings. Okay.
Oh,
Right.
okay.
So these are all the things you are going to work on that. And here, by practically, I can explain all the things like here. See, I build multiple jobs according to client requirement. This is the copy stage. This is the copy stage, different scenarios level. This is the duplicate record, how to remove the duplicate records, and how to funneling, what is the, how much source data, how much output data. And here joining the data is there, how to join the data, how many types of joins are there. So these type of scenarios, I can explain that all the business logic. What I explain that here, what are the topics you are going to cover that within our training duration, like a 20 to 25 days or 25 to 30 days of duration. What are the topics we are going to cover that I can make it here fast manner. Okay, I will show the headlines here. Once our session is started, I can explain line by line, I can explain that. Okay, Damodar, maybe
Okay.
understood
Yeah.
what here.
Yeah.
One more here, what is the data stage? Why go for IBM data stage? Right now you are going to use the IBM data stage. This is the
Yeah.
IBM product.
Yes.
And here, what is the architecture level? What is the staging area here? Why you can use the staging area? What type of target you are going to use that? Maybe you have a small amount of the data or large amount of the data. I mean, data flow level, how you the differ, you have that. This is the architecture also. This is the data flow architecture and different sources. Maybe I explained, right? This is the different source system. You can external system, you can use that. Then you can use the business logic, the loading in the target level. And then we have the different types of jobs are there, like the versions level also. We have the different types of versions are there. Which version you are going to use that current within your project. So these are the things. So right now I am going to use the 9.1 software. 11.3 is not available in the out market. Yes, the wallet. You understand right
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
So 9.1 you are going to give the software. 11.3 also is available. I mean in the client perspective, not in the outside market. Okay,
Okay.
this is it. And that is the version 7. Any version you have the server jobs and parallel jobs is there. What is the difference between server jobs and parallel jobs? I can explain that here. Each and every job is going to execute under the number of the nodes. That is important. What is the node? So how it is working that? How you can add the number of the nodes? Where you can add the number of the nodes? Who can add the number of the nodes? So these are the topics you are going to cover that. This is very important. Under the node, what are the components are there? So these things is a node perspective. And also very important like a partition techniques. Maybe you know, right?
Yes.
Partition techniques. And how much of importance is there. So we have the 9 partition techniques are there. One by one partition, which is type of partition, which is scenario, I mean which is stage level you are going to use that. That is important. So this is the 9 partition techniques. I can explain all the one by one things. Why you can use the partition techniques and how you can types of components are server components and client components. These are the things I can explain the briefly and also in depth what is the administrator, how to log in that, how you can create the project, what is the properties are there, and the properties, what things are there, runtime column propagation is very important. How many levels you are going to use the RCP, 3 levels, project level, stage level, and job level. How you can perform that? These are the RCP level. That is also important. Metadata management is there. And here parallel tab, OS sketch. What is the OS sketch? Why you can use the OS sketch? What is the environment variables is very important. One of the performance tuning. How you can going to set up like a environmental variables, right? Above them, maybe right. This is the how to pass the parameter. You can say environmental variables, parameters prospect. What is the manager? But in the 7.5 you have the manager, but in the same actions you can do the within the designer in the 8 version or 9 version or 11 version. Import, export, you have the 2 tabs are there. But within the 7.5 there is no 2 tabs in the designer. But if you want import, export the jobs in the 7.5 with help of the manager, you can do the things. Why I am showing here 7.5 also, some of the projects you are going to run on the 7.5 also, that's the reason. You should have the some differentiation, that's the reason I am going to show that here, 7.5 and the latest versions. And how to import and export, the practically I want to show that here. Import and export, and how to metadata importation, like a sequence file or maybe the relation database metadata, how to import that. For example, if you have used any metadata, you should have that imported, right? Without metadata, you cannot do that. So how you can import that? Right, Damogar, yes or no, right? Without metadata, you cannot do that any job. Without metadata, you cannot pass any data. So that's the reason maybe the different types of metadata are there here, sequence file metadata, or maybe the relation database, relation database of the metadata. So how you can do it. And also, data stage director. Director means you can see the your job logs, right? Status. So, and also you can schedule the job also. So how to schedule the jobs, I can explain these all the things. And here developer like a designer, how you can design, what is the toolbars are there, what is the palette, something here, and how your job is going to execute that. This is the thing. And what is the sequence file and the data set. This is also important here. So under the file you have the sequence file and also data set is there, right? So always you can use the data set at the target level. Why not go to the source level? That is also important. Here, my source is the data set. You can use that, right? Yes or no? But always you can use the target the data set, source the sequence of file. That's the reason. What is the differentiation? I can explain that here. This is the topic 7. And how you can manage the data set of the data. You are going to load it right in the job, C drive, a.ds something. Once loading the target, this is the file you are loaded right before that. So once loaded that, you can see the your data here. No, right? How you can maintain your metadata of the data set. Actually, a.ds you can make it right in the target once in the sorted state.
Yes, yeah.
But once loading the target level, you cannot see the data. Actually, within the a.ds, you have the 14 records are the sorted data. Right? But here, where your sorted data, you want to see that. But how you can see the your data? So that is the data set management. So I can explain that this is the way also. Okay. And how do the collectors are there? So this is the thing. Now come to the scenarios level. What is sort stage? Alternative sort stage. I said right. Without sort stage, how you are going to perform that? Without remove duplicate stage, how you are going to remove the duplicate records. So this is the alternative method. This is one of the performance running. So here, this is the first step. You can use the 4 stages, but here the second step you can use the 2 stages, right? So you can increase the performance level. Instead of the 4 stages, you can use the with help of the 2 stages. You can do the same one. How you can perform that? Then the partition technique is important things here. And what is the copy stage, what is the input lanes, how many output lanes, within the copy stage, what you did it. So these are all the stages, very, very important stage like a join, lookup, merge. This is very, very important. Join. So these 3 stages for joining only. Join, lookup, merge. These 3 stages for joining. But different types of schema, you can use the different type of stages. Joining perspective. So like a join, lookup, merge, database scenario, property level, I can extend that. And finally, you can extend here the differentiations also, join, lookup, merge, the differentiations also. And what is the aggregation stage? Aggregation means that calculation, right? Aggregate calculation, sum of salary, minimum salary, like this, you can build that. How many methods you are going to use that here? So what is the function you can add that, how you can perform the functions. This is the aggregation stage. What is the filter, how many input links, how many output links. So like that. What is the switch stage? What is the difference between filter and the switch stage? Some differences are there. Filter level and also switch stage level. This is also like a filter. But we have the some differences are there. Here three properties are there, auto, hash, or user defined mappings like this. Each property I can build the one job here. So user defined mapping like this. And what is the compare stage and what is the expand stages there? What is surrogate key generator stage? Surrogate key in the data warehousing is important. And what is the morph stage? How morph stage you can alter the schemas level like null handling, type conversion, drop, or keep, I mean a header name you are going saying that. So what are the specifications you are going to use that I can explain this to the step by step. Step 1, E. Step 2, T. What happened? Step 3, L. So ETL perspective, right? For example, this is like a drop the column. Drop the column is this is the source table. I can take that. Then you can use the business logic. Then final loading is the output. So how is it look like output? So this is the way I can explain step by step the properties level. So these are the screenshot I given that. While you are going to practice that, this is very easy to practice. Step by step what happening. What is the scenario you can do that. And what is the pivot stage? What is the funnel? How many types of funnels are there? What is the compare, change capture, change upright, right? This is the thing. What is the head to stage, tile, lookup, row generator, column generator, peak, and then container, why you can use the container, where you can use the container, how to create the containers, that is important. And what is sequence jobs? I said right, para jobs, sequence jobs, server jobs, like this. So here, sequence jobs, how you can use that, what is the check points, you can mention that. In the sequence jobs, what are the states are there. So properties level, I can explain that. Here, sequence jobs means here, right, I will show that the simple thing. There are no database level, right, actually. What is the sequence jobs? You can use the multiple jobs, already executable jobs, right, in the parallel jobs. In the parallel, you can execute one time, one job, but here, what are the jobs you built it in the parallel jobs? Within the sequence job, sequentially, one by one job, you can execute the multiple jobs. That is the sequence jobs are the basic idea. So under that, I have the some of the stages are there. Why you can use these stages? How you can perform that? I can explain the job sequencer also here. Now finally, what is the error handling? So in the FXL, some of the errors are there. How you can solve that? What is the common errors are there? How you are going to solve that? So in the business logic level or loading level. So ETL perspective, what is the error handling? And finally, you can go and extend the debugging level. So debugging means that total data stage level, how you can perform the debugging. So these all the topics we are going to cover that within the 25 to 30 days of the duration. Daily 1 hour, Monday to Friday. So these all the topics we have to going to cover within our training, like a practical on the tool perspective. This is the tool, right? Not the theoretical. This on the tool, I can expand all the logics here one by one. This is the job sequence. So within job sequence, how you are going to perform that. So like a, you can build it. Here I said right, modify stage. In the modify stage, you have going to specify the null handling, these all of it. So what I'm trying to explain that one by one I can explain within my system, allow same as you are going to build it within your system. Once you install your software on your machine, you need to make the hands-on training, hands-on. Within the session itself, hands-on training, I mean hands-on work is going to happen that. So this is the way my training is going on. Right. Any doubts, please? Damodar? That's on my side, I
Uh,
think. Any doubts?
okay. Yeah, I have I'm concerning only like purely practical part.
Hmm.
I know the theory, most of them, whatever you explained so far.
Yes. Yes. Theory means
Yeah.
here theory like a node systems, architectural, that is the things, and
Yeah.
partition techniques. This is the theoretical. Theoretical means you are going with the practical, right? So what is the auto? You should have some idea. That's the reason I can explain that. Then go to the practical level. So
Yeah.
most
I
of the
have.
that was like yeah yes yes Lama.
Go ahead.
Yes. So here, after what are the scenarios I can, all the scenarios is going to explain the practical only, not the theoretical here. For example, here practical means, see, for example, I want to explain that copy stage, for example. So directly come to the here, copy stage, that's not the good, I think so here. First of all, what is the copy stage? How many input in, how many output lanes? What is under the copy stage? What you are going to do that? First of all, I can explain that. Once explain the 1 or 2 minutes, then go to the practical. That's a better idea, I think so.
Yeah,
Right.
that works. But
That is it.
yeah, if you spend more time on the theory part, then it's wasting of time. If you like just explain 1 or 2 minutes, then go to the practical
Yeah.
part,
Yes.
then it
That was
will
I
be
trying
great.
about. Yes. That was the
Uh,
right. That was
okay.
theory. You can explain what is the copy stage, why you can use the copy stage. So that is the theoretical right. Then go to the scenario level, not the theoretical level. Right. Yes. Now, any more, please?
Okay. Yeah, that's all I guess.
So, if
Yeah.
any doubts, please ask your organizer. You can do that. Okay.
Okay.
So, no worries here. Not the theoretical. Actually, don't expect it the
Uh,
theoretical. I can give the practical level all the things, most of it. But
you are the
one or
only.
two. Yes.
Okay, you are the only the trainer, right? For all the session, like throughout the session.
Yes. Yes.
Nobody
Yes.
others
No. No.
after.
No.
Okay.
Once your training is started, I am the start to end. I am the trainer.
Okay.
No one is not available in the trainer.
Okay.
Right. So you can see soon, once you have fixed that, your confirmation is done within your organization. Okay, Damodar?
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Right,
Thank you.
Monday to Friday, you are going to have the sessions.
Okay. Okay.
Right, yeah. Have a good day. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Damodar.
You too. Yeah. Thank you, boss.